tomorrow, people will see this talk tomorrow. What I want to hear from both of you, so I want us to give time for each. What is the practical solution for this problem, for this impasse? How do we bring the world to experience this principle of love in practice? Again, I'm thinking of the typical average viewer. I'm not religious, I'm not philosophical. I live my life. I want a better world. I have a feeling that the Jews have something to do with it. What do we do next? What is the solution? Who wants to start? Please go ahead.
I would just like to say that the church, the Catholic Church, was in this position when the Roman Empire collapsed. They realized that the Jews were not going to go away. They were not going to convert. They had to have some type of modus vivendi with the Jews. And the answer to this was a doctrine called Sicut Judaeus Non. This is basically a two-part doctrine that was basically the teaching of the church on the Jews for 1,500 years. On the one hand, no one has the right to harm the Jew. No one has a right to disrupt the Jews' religious services. No one has a right to desecrate the Jewish cemeteries. On the other hand, the Jew has to respect the culture of Christian countries and does not have a license to destroy their culture, to ridicule your faith and undermine their morals. Okay, this was a more or less successful modus vivendi that lasted for 1,500 years. It lasted in the United States up until 1965, okay, with when the Jews broke the code in Hollywood. At this point, the country was inundated with pornography, and we have had, the result was a disruption of the social order. If the Jews followed the Torah, there would be no problem. The Jews are in rebellion against the Torah. This is these revolutionary movements that are causing disruption throughout the world. They have more power than they've had ever in human history. They have power to disrupt your culture, and that is going to cause problems. So I'm saying if we take a step back to this traditional modus vivendi, I think we could both get along much better.
So you're saying, so before we go to Dr. Lайтман, you're saying a sort of a restoration of this mutual agreement between the different religious views, let's say, a restoration of certain moral codes, which for me, it sounds, you know, morals are very much geographical, relative, but let's say there was some sort of an agreement that we can all agree on. We say, okay, I will respect you, you will respect me. This is what I like to do, this is what you like to do. Let's not get into each other's space, and then we'll be friends. So this is your kind of solution to the issue. This will make the world less hostile to Jews and bring the world to a more peaceful state right now, according to you?
I'm saying the Jews have to break their addiction to revolutionary politics. Messianic.
Is there a revolution rehab somewhere that we can all...
We will work on a 12-step program for the revolutionary Jews.
Okay, Dr. Lайтман, what is your practical solution?
First of all, I completely agree with my friend, and I would like to see a great revolution happening among Jews. And you're right, they should forget about Hollywood and other dirty businesses that they're dealing with and engaged in. I agree with him in that respect, that this isn't the right path, and the world suffers from it, and Jews themselves. However, the hatred towards the Jews is not because since 1960 or 65 they started occupying Hollywood, etc. We also can talk about the Crusades and the times when Jews were murdered and burnt and killed from country to country to country, Spain, Portugal, England, Germany, all those European countries, the ghettos they lived in, etc. All of that, you know, it's as if it just went by. I'm not, let's just put it aside. Let's not get into all of those negative, those things, those harsh things we went through under the authority of the Holy Church. Let's talk about today. I disagree with the Jews Believe me, that's true. I also don't agree with the Christians, and I also don't agree with the Muslims. I don't agree with all of them. Why? Because all of them simply reside within the human ego, meaning that they're only operated, each and every nation is operated by their human ego, which means they have their own God, their own Messiah, their own messenger, which really originates in the distorted human perception. What I'm talking about is nature. We know that nature, the more you study it, the more you see that it's all interconnected. It's an integrated, interdependent system, meaning that all elements and all parts of nature are needed, necessary, and they're connected to each other and in some way contributing to each other. We can see this on the still level of nature, the animate level of nature, and so on, besides the human. Because the human follows not just egoistic instincts, but also, in addition to what's happened to those instincts, that ego is developing, it's evolving. And from generation to generation, that ego is willing to destroy what happened before, what existed before. And that's, by the way, is besides the Jews. It's happening everywhere. Meaning that throughout the world, the human ego needs to be restrained. It needs to be corrected. That, I think, is where we can find consensus.